CHF. Oh, you can see my screen. Drake, can you see my screen?
Yes, bro, clearly.
All right. This was a trade I took on USD CHF. So let us break it down together. I think it's very, very easy. I had an entry, I had a key level, a V-shaped key level on the daily time frame. So you can see I had a V-shaped key level on the daily time frame. So here was it. You can turn on your line chart to see a clearer view. So here was a V shape here. And once you turn your line chart, you're going to see price closed here and this new candle started opened here and went up. So you mark it out to mark a key level. If you are not able to mark it, you can always turn on your line chart for you to be able to mark it at the peak. So with that, price came to my price came to the key level, rejected this key level with this week. That's why I marked it. I wrote here the daily key level. Let me see, let me drag it out. I mark it here, the daily key level. So from there, all you need to do is just go to the 4 hour time frame. Go to 4 hour time frame. You want to see a break of structure. But yeah, I had this open close here, and I use it as my H4 break because if I use the line chart, I'm not going to see any there was no valid break of structure here. So you can also use in case you don't see any valid break of structure here on the 4 hours, you can still go down to the 1 hour to check, and you're going to see something like a break of structure here. H4 break. I use a H4 break because of the open close. So here around here, this move here, this bend here, it signifies a break of structure. It signifies a supply zone here. So on this H4, I had this open close. Watch closely on this H4 here, I had this open close 11. So I waited for price to break this open close. That's why I had this H4 break on the edge on the 4 hour time frame. Price break to the upside. So with that now, I already knew my bias was bullish. I just need to go down to the 1 hour time frame to look for my entry. And on the 1 hour time frame, what happened? Price came, gave us liquidity, gave me liquidity here. And I just waited for this key level here, this open close key level. Here is an open close key level. And it's still retesting on our daily key level. You see, still on our daily key level. So I could easily mark here at this open close key level here. This open close key level. And I waited for price to come to this open close key level, and that is my entry because I have liquidity. And now I'll teach you guys how to use this trend line. I think this trend line I got it on the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, how to use trend lines for your entries. So we are still going to do that. So you just need to turn on your line chart. You see all the supply zones. You mark your trend lines, and I'm going to explain to you what to make a trend line valid. You need to see engulfing candles before you need to wait to know your trend line is valid. So I had to mark this zone. Yeah, the first touch, second touch, and I was waiting for a third touch, which was a break and retest. It was a break and retest trend line. This one, a break and retest. So we had this touch, second touch here, price break to the upside. Now it needed to come and retest at this exact zone. And below here, we had this touch, the third touch was supposed to be here. So I had this X formation. I had this X formation where you saw price came exactly at my X formation and tap. So if I should turn on my line, my candlestick chart, price came, tapped exactly at my entry point. And that's how I got this. So that was just simply how the Alchemist strategy works. And went up, flew up to the upside. So that was just how I got this entry. And I think again, we had another entry someone asked me to explain was the GBP trade. The GBP was simply a very, very basic entry. Breaker block, GBP. Here was GBP. Here was a trade here on GBP on GU. Simply, it was very simple, and so many people got this trade. So many people took this. Simply a breaker block entry. Price came, break. To confirm your breaker block, you need to always see a sweep here. You need to always see a sweep at this point. Price came, break this structure, went up to the upside. came here, gave liquidity, came down, tapped at our entry point, and I targeted this high. So now, the reason my stop loss was this close was because of this candle, this candle. So the time I'll explain that too. Let me check the daily time frame. Okay, level 4 hours. Okay, on the 4 hours, it was very, very clear. Um this was an A-shaped key level that turned to a V-shaped key level. You can turn on your line chart. You're going to see it's an A-shaped key level, which turned to a V-shaped key level. So you will still go down to a lower time frame. Like since you have gotten this already, you wait for price to come here, you wait for a rejection on the, let's turn back here, on the 1 hour time frame or 30-minute time frame. Wait for a rejection to the upside. Price break this key level. And there was another way for you to enter this same trade. I think on the 15 minutes, there was something like liquidity. Price came back down to this key level here, tapped here, and went up. So I think, let me see another trade. I think that was all. That was all. These two trades, you guys asked me to explain how I took the entries, but this one is basic knowledge. It's basic knowledge. This one. Yes, basic knowledge. So let's start. I don't know if we should this. We don't have enough time. We have to start everything today. I have to start this support and resistance stuff today. But I don't know if there's enough time for us to take it through. Because I wanted it to be in one video or in one class. Let's see. All right, this time, let's take it over. So basically what we're going to be doing is I'm going to teach you the basics SNR. SNR is simply support and resistance. The basic SNR. From there, we're going to do storyline. And storyline is the most important thing when trading this alchemy strategy. You need to know how to take to catch a storyline. For example, on this trade here on USD CHF, this was the beginning of a storyline here on this daily time frame. This was the beginning of a storyline here. Beginning of a storyline. That's why you want to confirm a storyline, you need to drop to the lower time frame, let's say 4 hours or 1 hour to confirm your direction. That's how you get your directional bias, and you expect price to start coming to all these levels up here. You have to mark this other A-shaped key level. You can mark it out. You can mark this other A-shaped key level. You can mark this other A-shaped key level. And also here, let's see, here's also an open close key level which haven't been tested. You can mark this one out also. So these are zones where price can likely come and react to. Even this one, just a key level where price can likely come to react to. And now, since price already got into this key level here, if price wants to be bearish, you just need to go to the lower time frame. After it should reject with a wick. Once you reject with a wick and closes below, you just need to go to a lower time frame like 4 hours or 1 hour. You look for a break of structure on the 4 hours or 1 hour time frame and start targeting this low. It's very, very simple. So it's obvious price may come right to this point here. It's very, very obvious, but it may not come. And I took some stop loss, I think, on gold. I took an L on gold. Let's see. This trade. This one, I took an L on gold. Yeah. I don't know where it was coming to react to, because normally on the daily time frame, I think weekly. Okay, on the daily time frame, we had this key level, this open close, this V-shaped key level. You can turn on your line chart, you're going to see we had this V-shaped key level. And I think I had this other point also, this open close, which haven't been tested yet. And this one haven't been tested. So I expected price to come tap here and go bullish, but I don't know what happened. Price had to take me out of the market. So it's very, very normal. It's very normal. But actually, there was a problem. Why I wasn't supposed to take this trade? Because if let's say on this daily time frame here, on this daily time frame. Let's take these things out. Let's say on this daily time frame, I had this key level. I had this key level which haven't been tested yet. This one, which haven't been tested yet. So all I needed to do was turn on my line chart. I wait for a rejection, and maybe it's still going to work. It's still going to hold. Price to come reject this key level, and now I go on a 4 hour time frame. What am I looking for on a 4 time frame? I need a break of structure. So you can still come, you refine this guy, you take it down to this edge, to this key level here. That's like this is going to make it more easy. So I want to see a break of structure from year to year. So actually, it was just negligence. I took this L because I wasn't really on my right sense. So it's easy. You just need to wait for a break of structure here to the upside since we're on the we are working on the daily time frame. Once we have a break of structure to the upside, we just need to, I think, go to the lower time frame and we look for our trades. So we want price to break maybe this structure, want price to break this guy to the upside. And I also want price to, let me go on for let me see. Yeah, something here. This guy. I want price to take out that man. And yeah, this man. If price can take out this guy to the upside, like for example, price can take out this guy to the upside like this. I'll need to go to a lower time frame and I'll look for. I'll just need to find something like like liquidity goes up, comes back down to this key level here. This open close key level, and I have my buy. And I'll buy. I'm targeting this high because I know gold is actually bullish on the long run. So that was simply how I got this. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Let this one pass, and I'll send another Zoom link for us to start with our main class. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Any question you can send in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. Any questions? No questions. Then I don't know. I'll just show you guys some few things. Then we go to we wait for the next class and the next like for this 40 minutes to go by, and I'll send another link and we start with our main class. So example here on this, I think on the daily time frame, example here, we had a key level. On this daily time frame here, we had this V-shaped key level, V-shaped key level. What happened on the V-shaped key level? Price came, rejected, rejected this key level with a wick and closed above. All you need to know is for you to know if this goal is if goal is bullish, you just need to go to the lower time frame, let's say this time frame, and look for a break of structure. So we already have an obvious break of structure, which is this A shape, this resistance zone here. And what happened? Price break to the upside. Price have broken to the upside. So anything here is liquidity. Anything here should be liquidity. All these pullbacks should just be liquidity. And I think price came to test this V-shaped key level. You can turn on your line chart. You're going to spot this V-shaped key level. Price came back to this key level, and we had to buy from there on gold. Using this one as liquidity, we had to buy from here on gold. Targeting this high, targeting this high. So it's very, very basic, very, very simple. Let's go again on the daily time frame and look for more setups. Uh,
Can I look on New Zealand versus the USD?
turn on your mic, turn off your mics, turn off your mic. Let's see. It's a key level. got tested and rejected. Tested and rejected. Let's check. H4. H4, we need to break of the structure. This key level, price break this key level to the upside. So what are you looking for? You can take the chance of waiting for a retest here, but me, I could use one as liquidity. I could use everything here as liquidity. Use everything here as liquidity and take a buy at this open close. Take a buy at this open close, but price never came there again. The price just continue reacting upwards, and you can still look for other buy opportunities because since you already know your direction is bullish, you can look for your buy opportunities to your upside. So again, on the daily time frame, let's see. And I'll also show you guys how to use CRT. Can you go through NZUSD? All right, NZUSD.
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question.
All right, you can ask a question.
Have you actually taught this A-shaped key level before?
Mm,
How to find a valid A-shaped key level?
no, I haven't sent it. I haven't given it to you in this mentorship before.
The
So
reason
once,
why I'm saying that is because I'm confused. I don't know, like I'm not really getting it because I haven't heard of it before. I just see the way you mark it out on chat, but I haven't like applied on chat. I don't know how to find like get my directional bias on with the A-shaped key level. Like what you're teaching here, I'm not really, I'm lost.
all right, no problem. We are going to go
You
through it
get me?
together because I'm just waiting for this time, like this time to elapse. Then we go through everything. We're going to start from the
Yeah.
beginning because it's simply support and resistance. Simply support and resistance when we use it as A shape and V shape key levels, and we use it as open close key levels. You understand? So we are going to go through all those stuff together, and you're going to really understand everything how it works. So I don't know if you have
Okay.
traded
All right.
support and resistance before. If you haven't,
Yeah,
then
yeah, I do take support and resistance.
exactly. So
I do take support and resistance. I use support and resistance is same as the demand and supply. I use it to get my directional bias.
exactly. So it's going to really help you a lot using key levels to have your directional bias and using key levels too for entries. And we are going to use how to confirm it with CRTs and other stuff too. You can even take total soup entries and so many other things. So someone said we should check on NZUSD. This is NZUSD here. So one thing you should always check, like if you're looking for your key levels, turn it on, check for your A shapes. That's the first thing. Always mark your A shapes. And we are going to discuss something. I'll show you guys many secrets in this stuff. There are key levels that have already been tested. And there are weak key levels and there are strong key levels. Once the key level has already been tested, it's not going to work again. You understand? Once the key level has already been tested, it's not going to work again. So, and I'll show you guys why key levels are going to work and why they're not going to work. And I'll show you guys if, let's say, for example, yeah, we have multiple key levels at this point. We have this A-shaped key level, and we have this also a V-shaped key level at this point here, which is also very valid. This is also a V-shaped key level. And if you check well, this key level haven't been tested. Because when we say a key level has been tested, means a week, it has been tested with a week. You get a week already got into that key level. If a week has gotten into the key level, that key level is on fresh. We have fresh and unfresh key levels. We have fresh and unfresh SNRs. So once a week has tested any key level, like like a week got, let's say, for example, this is a key level here. This is an A-shaped key level. If we mark out this A-shaped key level, yeah, from the top, we saw this week already, this guy. This key level is already on fresh because this week went through it and went down. It's on fresh. It's not going to work again. It's not going to work again. Like 90% of the time, it's not going to work again. So it's really unadvisable to take trades after you've got, yeah, like after a week has passed. But now, what happens if another candlestick comes and pass above here, cross this key level to the upside? This unfresh key level becomes fresh again, but it happens just once. So this key level is going to be fresh again if another a candlestick body, if it is broken by a candlestick body, it's going to be fresh again. That means price may come back and tap on it and go to the upside. Hope it's making sense. So again, example here, we had this A-shaped key level, we had this V-shaped key level. These are our two key levels we are going to mark out. And we have this open close key level. Yes, also an open close key level here. We have this open close key level here too. But now, how do we know which of this key level price is going to come to? How do you know which of these key levels price is going to come to and react to it? So me, I always I always want the one that is in this engulfing. This is an engulfing. I always look for the key level that is in this engulfing. I know that one is going to give me, I'll forget about this one. I'll forget about this one. So these two key levels, they are my, like the key levels I'm going to look out for. These two key levels are the key levels I'm going to look out for. So I'll wait for price to come into this key level. Any of these key levels, either this one or this one, tap there. Because this one is a fresh key level. This is a very, very fresh key level. Because this week didn't get into it. And this is also a fresh, this is also a fresh daily key level. So price came, tapped into this key level, closed below. And what happened? You want to step down one time frame lower. That's the 4-hour time frame. And let's say there was nothing actually, no movement actually. Let's check on the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame. Let's see. Before price tap here, we had this support zone, which got beat out. So now it's very, very simple for you to spot your trade. Once you have gotten this, your trend have already changed. But I always like to see it on the 4-hour time frame. I always want to see it on the 4-hour time frame. So price can break this key level to the downside. And what happened? I just need a retracement. This will be my liquidity. This will be my liquidity. And where will I be looking for my entry? This key level. Here's the key level. So there are like, I think we have this key level here, A-shaped key level for my entry. This other key level too for my entry. So that key level 2 for my entry. So I'm going to mark out these 2 points, and that's where I want to go in for my trade. I think it's a very, very beautiful trade, and it's going to give you tighter stop losses. Put this here. All right, very, very tight stop losses. So for me, for security purposes, I always want to put it above this high, slightly above that high. And where am I targeting? I can target to this point down. To this point down. It's crazy because your stop loss is very tiny and your risk to reward is very high. So that's 1:48 risk to reward. That's very, very, very massive. Just by getting your key levels and understanding what to do. It's very, very simple, very, very basic. Again, I will show you guys how to use also CRT to confirm all those things. Candle range theory. You can also have a candlestick range theory in your, let's go on the daily time frame. On this daily time frame, you can also have these stuffs. If you know how to trade these candlestick range stuffs, let me see. This trade is supposed to come right here, somewhere here. All right, take this off. So yeah, if you have done candlestick range, you understand candlestick ranges and all those stuffs. Here is the candlestick range inside our that tap into our key level. So you just want to mark out the range high and you want to mark out your range low. You want to mark out your range low. So this will also give you as an additional confluence because after this candle is, we call this candle the ranging candle. This is a ranging candle where you don't want to do anything. You just want to you mark out this low, and after this low has been formed, you just want to look for sell setups inside this candle. Let's check it out. going to look for sell setups inside this candle. So I think these are range low, here was our range high, and here was where this candle, that daily candle ended. Our ranging candle ended at this point. So now you want this reversal here is going to your entry point. Hope it's making sense. It's going to your entry point. You just need to look for liquidity, look for a key level here, and you tap in, you're gone. That's all. You can also go to lower time frame to look for your SBI and all those things. Your SBI setups, QMR, liquidity sweeps, break structure, all those things. You can spot it inside this zone. You understand? And now for you to have, if you meet, let's say you miss this entry, here. I think here was it. So this one here, this one. Let's say you miss this entry. You can also find multiple entries inside here without using key levels. You can just use your basic knowledge of smart money, and you catch many sell setups inside this same direction. So many sell setups. You are going to get it all. Like example here, I could use this as liquidity, and my first breaker block, which can also be called a V-shaped key level. Tap here. Here's my sell entry. I'm selling to the downside. Let's check for another. So you can still catch more sales into your direction, into your expected direction, without stressing yourself. Nothing actually, yeah, nothing actually. Price was just going down massively. So that's simply how I could have this on the daily time frame. Let's scroll back. So that's how we have already gotten our daily direction for this trade for NZD USD. So we expect price to come down to this key level. Tap this should be your first TP, this key level here. And let's go behind and check for more trades. Let's go behind and check for more trades. Yeah, I also explained this one, this key level. This was an A-shaped key level, which have already been tested. So it's of no use again. Let me see. We're running out of time. We have 9 minutes left. Okay, I think let's go on the weekly time frame.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a buy on this chart, but at a breaker block. I think it's on a 4 hours, but I didn't work. That breaker block did not hold
It didn't work
at all.
out
No, it didn't.
on NZD USD.
All right, on the 4 hours, I think.
4 hours.
Yeah.
You're looking for a buy setup.
Yeah, on a breaker block.
This breakout, this one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, and it was a very clean setup, actually.
Yeah.
It's a clean setup because you could use this guy as liquidity.
Right.
This guy as liquidity.
And then liquidity I have a liquidity sweep right there also for the breaker block to consider valid.
Yeah, your entry could be here, and you're targeting this high.
Yeah.
And stop loss somewhere around here, but
Yeah.
you failed.
But I didn't take it because the momentum was too strong for me. So
Yeah.
I exited. It's too strong. So I exited.
So that's why I always go on the higher time frame. I always tell everybody, go on the higher time frame, look at what price is doing. Look at where price is coming from and where price is going to.
Yeah.
It's going to save you a lot of money. It's going to save you a lot. So always go on the higher time frame. It's going to help you. Always go on the higher time frame. Like weekly. Sometimes I use the weekly time frame. Yeah. Any more questions?
Nah, bro. Do you you trade synthetic as well, right, bro?
Yeah. I trade synthetic indices.
Okay, that's good. Perfect.
I trade synthetics.
Perfect.
So for now, I'm actually testing this the Alchemist SNR and ICT on synthetics. It doesn't really go there on synthetics. And even on the currency pairs, there are like pairs which you're going to really have your setups there. We have pairs like GBP USD, we have gold. It works very well on gold. And we have NAS 100. We have, I think that's 100. That's 100. That's 100. We have NAS 100 too. It gives clear, very, very clean setups too. This was NAS 100. I think I explained this one. I explained the reason why I took this set on NAS 100. So always go on a higher time frame. Look for where price is going, where price is coming from, and where price is going to. You want to see that on the higher time frame. It's going to really save you a lot. Save you a lot. And look for your key level. Okay, let's say here was a key level. If this, let's say this guy here is a key level. Let me show you something that is going to really save you. This is a V-shaped key level here. This one is a V-shaped key level. So we expect price to come, tap on this V-shaped key level and reverse to the upside. So now what do you want to do? You just go to the lower time frame, 4 hours. What happened? Price just came, tap into your key level and started going down without even doing any retracement, anything. So that's where you could avoid all those things, avoid losses like that. Avoid losses like that. So any more questions? Before our time is running, we have barely 6 minutes left. So we can start with our SNR.
Yeah, bro. So it would have been good to actually be selling this pair rather than buying, right? Because
Yeah,
weekly it's fully bearish.
yeah, exactly. It's bearish on the daily time frame. It's bearish on the daily
Well,
time frame.
but I'm seeing here where I've seen rejections and all that for buys.
Yeah,
So I
these
really,
are rejections
yeah,
for buy. But this one here, I think
yeah.
this buy tap on this daily key level, rejected this key level, and let's check on the 4 hour time frame if we can have a reversal. I think this gap here, let's check here. What happened? Actually, what happened? What happened? I don't know. This gap is really blocking. If
Yeah,
you
yeah, that's
you bring
yeah,
it down to this to the edge of the key level.
yeah.
And again, if you yeah, you could use your knowledge of CRT again on this 4 hour time frame. You could use your knowledge of CRT. You come this a range low, your range low marked, and again here could be your range high marked. So what do you want to do? This is your indecision candle or your ranging candle. You just need to mark out this guy here. That's where you're going to have a break of structure to the upside. So this after this candle, you're entering on this next candle here. We call it the turtle soup entry. The turtle soup, I think turtle soup, they enter the turtle soup is somewhere here. But this one is the secondary entry for that. Let's check on 15-minute time frame for that entry. 15-minute time frame. For a reversal, you just need a reversal, a very small reversal. I think here was the high where you could get your break of structure to the upside from this point in this small reversal. And I think we have it already. Let me take this guy off and take this guy off. We have it here already. I think this was our pull this pullback here for something like our liquidity. We could use this pullback here as liquidity. And this open close as our entry, or you can wait for this other open close here as your entry. Here was another open close. Here was a V-shaped key level for your entry, and price came to this first key level, and we had a buy to the upside. So let me check the 1 hour time frame to see.
You could still enter that trade as just as the price action traders.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Using price action, you should take the trade somewhere here. But people who trade total soup could actually take it from here. But it's very, very risky. Me, I could take it from here. Let me go on the 5 minutes and see what price gives. So we have barely 3 minutes. Barely 3 minutes left. All right. Here was the entry liquidity. Wait for price to come to this key. But what happened here? This key level here was already tested. This one was already tested. This one was already tested, and this one also was already tested with this week. Was already tested with the week. That's why I don't always want to go right to the 5 minute time frame for entries. I want to end somewhere on the 15 minute because everything on this 5 minute is mostly just noisy. It's mostly too noisy for you to go in. Very, very noisy. So that was how you could get your buy for this NZD and this retracement here. You could see how you buy somewhere using your SBI, QMR, and all the stuffs. Other block stuffs too. Breaker block entry, breaker block to the upside. Yeah, breaker block to the upside. And also this. So that's it. The Zoom call is going to end in like 1 minute, and I think I'm going to send another link like after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. They always give it a time limit like 7 minutes. I'm going to send another Zoom call, another Zoom link, and we're going to start with what we're supposed to do today. So I can stop it now so that we start.